Type 0, the infants. This is us, right now. A Type 0. Civilization burns whatever it can dig up. Coal, oil, gas, a sprinkle of nuclear, and just enough solar to feel good about ourselves. We've been doing this for about 200 years, and in that time we've changed the chemistry of the entire atmosphere. That's how clumsy we are with energy. Carl Sagan ran the numbers and calculated humanity sits at roughly 0.73 on the Kardashev scale. Not 1. Not even close to 2. 0.73. We can't control our weather. We can't stop an asteroid. We can't even agree on a single language, currency, or calendar. We're still mostly stuck on one rock, and a single bad volcano could ruin our whole century. Here's the scary part. Type 0 is the most dangerous stage of any civilization. It's the bottleneck. It's where a species first invents weapons that can wipe itself out. Nukes, engineered viruses, runaway AI, climate tipping points, but hasn't yet developed the wisdom to handle them. Most civilizations in the universe, if they exist, probably die right here. They never make it past their own adolescence. The good news? We're close, painfully close. 1 or 2 good centuries, and a lot of luck, and we graduate. Type 1, the Planetary. A Type 1 civilization harnesses all the energy that hits its home planet. Every ray of sunlight, every ocean current, every gust of wind, every volcanic vent and lightning strike. That's about 10 to the power of 16 watts, roughly 100,000 times more energy than humanity uses today. At Type 1, weather isn't a disaster, it's a setting. Hurricanes get redirected before they make landfall. Earthquakes get dampened by deep earth machines. Droughts end with a software update. Climate is engineered, not endured. The whole planet runs like a single beautifully tuned machine. Politically, a Type 1 world is unified. Not necessarily one government, but one civilization that thinks at planetary scale. Fusion is the standard power source. Cities float, burrow, and sprawl across oceans. The moon is a suburb, Mars is a frontier town. Asteroid mining replaces strip mining. The internet covers the solar system. Physicist Michio Kaku estimates we'll hit Type 1 in 100 to 200 years, but only if we survive Type 0 first. Every choice we make this century is essentially deciding whether our great-grandchildren get to live in that world or in a ruin. Type 2, the stellar. A Type 2 civilization has outgrown its planet and moved on to its star. We're talking 10 to the 26th power watts, the entire energy output of the sun, every photon, every solar flare, every neutrino captured. The classic concept here is the Dyson sphere, a megastructure that wraps an entire star like a shell, drinking its light. But that's just the starter pack. A real Type 2 might build a Dyson swarm, billions of orbiting solar collectors so dense they make the star functionally invisible from outside. Or they go further, star lifting, using gigantic magnetic siphons to mine plasma directly off the sun's surface, harvesting hydrogen and helium for fuel and raw material. They could slow their star's aging to keep it burning for trillions of years instead of billions. At Type 2, you are functionally immortal as a species. Supernovas? You move the star, asteroids, cute, ice ages, you set the thermostat, plagues, wars, even the death of your home planet. None of it matters anymore, because your civilization isn't tied to a planet. It's tied to a star, and the star answers to you. A Type 2 civilization could survive anything short of the heat death of the universe itself, and that's exactly why they'd start planning for that next. Type 3, the Galactic. A Type 3 civilization controls an entire galaxy, 10 to the power of 36 watts, hundreds of billions of stars all harnessed, every black hole tapped, every neutron star milked for spin, every supernova scheduled. At this scale, you don't build Dyson spheres one at a time, you automate their construction with self-replicating probes called von Neumann machines. Send one probe to a nearby star. It builds a Dyson swarm, then builds 2 copies of itself which fly to 2 more stars, then 4, then 8. In a few million years, a blink, cosmically, your civilization has eaten the galaxy. Here's the wild part. We could detect a Type 3 civilization right now. If aliens were dimming stars across the Milky Way to harvest them, we'd see weird infrared signatures, galaxies glowing in waste heat instead of starlight. Astronomers have actually scanned thousands of galaxies looking for exactly this. The project is called Glimpsing Heat from Alien Technologies. The result? Nothing. No clear signs, no empires, no engineered galaxies, which raises the deeply unsettling question, in a universe of 2 trillion galaxies and 13 billion years to play with, why is everything so quiet? That's the Fermi paradox. Type 4, the universal. Here's where Kardashev tapped out and science fiction took over. A Type 4 civilization harnesses the energy of an entire universe. Every galaxy, every black hole, every quasar, every flicker of background radiation, 10 to the power of 46 watts. A number is so large it stops feeling like a number. At Type 4, you can manipulate dark energy, the mysterious force tearing the universe apart, and choose to slow it, redirect it, or reverse it. You engineer cosmic structure the way we landscape a garden. Galaxies get rearranged, black holes get harvested for computation. Time dilation becomes a tool, not a curiosity. The laws of physics aren't constraints to a Type 4, they're negotiable. Constants like the speed of light, the strength of gravity, the mass of an electron, all editable in pockets of space they control. Think of them as gardeners of reality, pruning galaxies like bonsai trees, rerouting rivers of dark matter, and building cathedrals out of spacetime itself. Type 5. The multiversal. A Type 5 civilization doesn't live in one universe, they live in all of them. If the multiverse theory is right, and many physicists believe it is, then our universe is just one bubble in an infinite foam of universes, each with slightly different physics. A Type 5 civilization moves between those bubbles like we move between rooms. They harvest energy from neighboring universes. They run experiments by spawning new ones. They might create universes to specification, designed for art, for computation, for survival. At this point, you're not a civilization, you're a metaspecies. Every version of every member of you, across every possible timeline, every parallel reality, working in perfect concert. Imagine 1 billion versions of yourself collaborating on a single thought. A Type 5 doesn't fear death, because in some universe, you're always alive. They don't fear failure, because in some universe, you always succeeded. They are, in the deepest possible sense, plural. Type 6. The gods. A Type 6 civilization transcends space-time entirely. They exist outside the multiverse, the way a programmer exists outside the video game they're writing. They can rewrite the fundamental constants of physics. They can spawn universes for fun, kill them for science, edit causality, and rearrange the laws of logic itself. To a Type 6, time is a dimension you scroll through like a timeline in a video editor. Cause and effect are suggestions. Existence is malleable. Honestly? At this point, we're describing gods, beings with no meaningful difference from the creators described in every religion humans have ever invented. And maybe that's not a coincidence. Maybe every story we've told about gods, across every culture, across every millennium, flood myths, creator deities, beings outside time, was just our ancestors trying to describe a Type 6 civilization with the vocabulary of Stone Age humans. The terrifying possibility we might already be inside one of their universes right now, watching this video.